Total Winos.
Get to it.
All right. Hello. Sean Brady and my man J-Ton B. Gunter coming to you from a remote location. I'm on the water. Jay's not. Neither is Jenny, but it's all good because we're happy because we got some vino and we're doing some fruit in glass. Right, Jay? How you doing?
I am great, man. We're jumping between different types of weather out here, so trying to figure it out. I don't know how these weathermen get paid as much money as they do in California because there's no way to call it. But the wine is still flowing. The wine is amazing. I can't wait to get into the show that we're into today. It's Cinco de Mayo. We're shooting, trying to give you guys some options as far as wine pairings with some of our favorite Mexican dishes. And so, with that being said, I'm gonna shoot it back over to my boy Sean, so he can talk about his first dish and wine pairing for this show.
So we got a couple fun things going on. There was these lechon tacos.
Oof,
Oh my goodness.
So
Slow cooked braised yumminess that is crisped up at the end. Wow. Oh my gosh. So I wanted to pair something that would hold up not only to something a little bit spicy, but certainly something, nice meaty flavors. A lot of them come through. And I was recommended and found this. This is going to be on a multitude of fronts, right? So this has, now, I will say this, and Jay and Jenny know this in the background, and Temmy's looking over in the background going, what is that guy Sean Brady doing? We got artists all over here painting on the lake. It's wonderful. Jay's jealous.
I am.
The artist more so than I am. But he's out in California right now. But I found this one, and what's great about it is that there is a slight hint of effervescence, almost like a Vino Verde. So a little bit more so than that, not as much as a sparkling. So I wouldn't quite put in that category, but the flavor profile really fits my taste. And what I really like about it for anything spicy or has some spice component to it, Jay was making mention of this chimichurri that was going on top.
I saw that.
It was just really lovely, delicious stuff. So what I love about this one, I have had it before, but right on the nose, you're just getting those nice pops of fruit, and you can tell it's not going to under mute anything or just really add some nice crispness, a little bit of sweetness, not so sweet that I'm not going to like it on its own, right? Because I'm not a big sweet, guy. I'm not a sweet guy, Jay.
No, not at all. Bitter. All bitter.
Bitter man. But if you look like we need wine, then come to the right place. And
for sure.
It's just fun stuff. This is just yummy fruit. Sweet apples pop off of this. And
okay.
I got to transition into the palate because I just have to.
Keep on talking because I have to go. I just got an idea for this pairing that I'm going to share with you guys, and I'm going to add that to this. Kind of an audible. Sorry, I'll be right back.
That's
keep
okay.
on talking, Sean.
We love the audibles. So as Jay's away, I'll keep talking, and it transitions to the palate. I'm picking up this like nice, like green apple, and not so much that it's going to mute any of the flavors from the lechon. And or tacos or anything a little bit spicy. I mean, I could even see this going with Asian food, where you're maybe we'll do this for the next one too, for Asian Heritage Month coming up next month. And I'll tell you what, it's just a real fun find. It gives a lot of champagne and sparkling wine essence to it without the bigger cost. So the price point on this one is going to be under $15, and just a real nice find for those that love sparkling and looking to do something fun. So your spicy food pairings, this one works right here.
I love that, man. Me. I like spicy food.
Other language, petit talent. So you see the label on that sucker?
Petulant.
Petulant.
Petulant, actually. That's
petulant.
Yeah.
Thank you for my illiterate help. But I'll tell you what, on the palate, and this is what we always say is, drink what you like. We're going off our palates, and I just really like. I think you'd like it if you like spicy food and you like it with a wine pairing. This is a great start, especially for the lechon. The
I
lechon.
love it.
Oh
I
yeah.
love it, man.
Hey, what
I
about
love
you?
it.
You picked out some yummy stuff too.
So I love, back to what you're saying though. I love spicy food. And the problem is it's always hard because with wine, especially if it has too much alcohol, it could make it a little burn. It could burn
Yep.
going down, and then and at my age, you wake up with heartburn later on because of that spicy food. So you don't want it to burn going down, and then have to deal with it later on, like when you wake up in the morning. So like always try to look for, and just like you did, lower alcohol wines and more like refreshing wines with those spicy dishes. But my dish is not spicy. Mine has a lot of different flavor. It's a huge, like bold flavor profile, and it is birria tacos. The only reason I'm doing birria tacos, although I love them, it is the big thing right now. If you go anywhere in California, and you're going to a Mexican spot, they didn't. They may not have had birria tacos on their menu. I mean, maybe 2 years ago, but now every Mexican spot in California pretty much has birria tacos. So it's become this huge kind of craze. They have a sauce that you dip it in. It's basically like ingredients is like boneless chuck roast beef. They do a little bit of like center cut English beef too with that, and then it's
I love
some
the red.
some adobo, which I know Sean Brady loves,
I
and
love
then
me
like
some adobo.
and a lot of cilantro, and it can be served with a wine ledge too to kind of elevate it. So with this dish, these are tacos by the way. With this dish, originally, I'm just gonna start with my first one. I picked Malbec to go with it as a pairing, just because I wanted something that was fruit forward, uh, weight had enough weight on the palate to kind of balance out the boldness of the flavors of like the this beer of birria tacos because those things can get really really bold. So I wanted something that was going to be able to match the boldness, but also not not as clawing on the finish. A little bit more elevated with the acid from a Malbec. A little bit more blue and black fruit, which I think goes really good as opposed to red fruit with like with that flavor profile of birria tacos. And so the one I came up with this is Calibre out of Argentina, 2020, and I'll show you guys that label. You can see it a little clearer this time because I actually cleared the camera for once, the lens on it, so it looks better today. And so yeah, on this one, on the nose, again, I get like wild, like plum. I get blueberries going on here too. There's definitely like a cardamom spice as on the finish, like as a secondary, not on the finish, but as a secondary here. Black olives here too, which is kind of cool. And violets. Let's see if it's tasting that way. Mm. Hmm. On the palate, it's more blueberries. Wow,
Really?
it's a lot of blueberries. Yeah, a lot of blueberries going on here. Um, Kind of black pepper on the finish. That black olives in the mid palate extends to the finish. Tannins are like mild, not too crazy at all. Very dry finish though. Um, this is a beautiful wine. And I know for a fact that if I had this with birria tacos, this would be a killer pairing here. Yeah, I love the blueberries here, and it's like perfectly ripe blueberries with a little bit of a tartness to it. So it's not sweet at all. This is a dry red wine, and it's not too big where I think it would overpower the flavors of the birria taco. So definitely Calibre, good one to look at. Calibre, actually Malbec as a grape itself is a good one to look at when it comes to birria tacos. Now the reason why I got up in the middle of Sean's conversation was I was thinking, I was like, why would I not pair this with something more refreshing like a rosé? And so I was thinking the whole time like what rosé would be right for this. And of course, me being who I am with the wines that I have, I had a few just kind of chilling in the refrigerator, and I was like, which one would I like? And because I've been showing a lot of love to South Africa as of late, I have a South African rosé here. This is Warwick, 2019 First Lady Dry Rosé out of South Africa. This one's gonna be a little harder to see because it has a white label, but this one I think Rosé is a good one for this type of this dish because this is shredded beef. This is not like a sirloin or anything like this. This is shredded beef, so it's a little bit lighter and it's not going to be so heavy on your palate. And I think this would be a good balance. But let's taste it and see if everything is going to fall in line. Because again, I don't have the birria in front of me to eat, but I can tell you exactly what this is going to taste like and how it will balance. So I get lemon. I get kind of underripe strawberries, Bing cherry, a little bit of watermelon rind, and some sea salt. Let's taste. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. This is like salad in your mouth, to be honest with you. This is very much like, in my opinion, a little bit more on the savory side as far as the without the fruit. I mean, there's some fruit here, but on the savory side, you get more green notes. You get a little bit of that black pepper or white pepper I was talking about, some of that saltiness on the finish. Great minerality here. If we're talking about fruit, it's an underripe strawberry, like I was saying before. There's definitely like this kind of lemon spritz in the mid palate that gives it a little bit more citrus notes. This would go wonderful with birria tacos. I wish it was maybe a little bit more bold, but I think with birria tacos, this would be perfect with it, depending on if you're saucing your taco or not. But this is wonderful. Buy more South African wines, guys. I'm telling you, this is kind of I've been digging these stuff lately, man. They just kind of killing, and I think this is rosé of Pinotage. If you don't know what Pinotage is, it's crossing between Pinot Noir and Cinco. It was a grape that was originally made specifically for South Africa in like 1910, because they wanted something that had the aromatics of a Pinot Noir, but also something that could be grown in the heat of South Africa, which would be like a Rhone varietal Cinco. So yeah, this is a wonderful wine. And now you've gotten a little information on Pinotage. So anyway,
That's wonderful. And Jay, I love your descriptors because the more I listen to an expert like you, I pick up all those same notes and very similar notes. Not every note in here, but I'm getting the I think you said an underripe watermelon and melon, and it's I certainly get more green apples towards this one.
Okay.
Which is it's lovely. And if there's something with like you mentioned adobo with like a vinegar based seasoning in it, a marinade or something like that, some chimichurris are vinegar based, just depending on the region, it's going to complement that very well instead of overpower it or be overpowered by it. And it's just really, really fun stuff. So even with a little spice or without, there's those other flavors that it's tough to pair sometimes.
It is. Well, let me ask you really quick, since we're talking about your wine a little bit. Mm-hmm. Did you say the grape on that one, or do they even like list the grape that's there?
Vino, I see, or stevia. I don't know. There's that.
Esteviva. I don't know if that's the grape though. Maybe it is.
Spain, located just outside of Barcelona, wine with a prickle, and it doesn't say the actual grape distinctions.
Huh. I am kind of curious now.
Well, it just says Blanc, Petit. That's it.
Got you. That is interesting.
Sparkling wine.
That seems like it's even the way the bottle is shaped. It seems like it's probably one that's close to Portugal.
Well, and they did say it's like if you like a Vino Verde, right? It's going to be very similar to that, but with different notes to it. So that's where the like a little bit underripe melon and whatnot in here makes it really unique, right? To pair with a bunch of different foods. Yeah, like we're talking about. So, and you're right on the alcohol. This is like 10.5%.
Gotcha. So,
10.5.
I wonder if it's out, not Albarino, but what is it? Galera. No, it wouldn't be Galera. I'm curious. I'm really curious to know what that grape is. But
that's the house, right? That's not a grape. The Avino, Estevia,
Avina. I'm not sure.
Your Spanish expertise can help here.
I have no Spanish expertise at all.
I know, that's what I'm asking Jenny.
I took French.
Via usually means something like road or way.
Okay.
So it might be location.
Got you.
Wine Road. I don't know.
Yeah. Damn it, I shouldn't have took French to get the girls when I was in high school. I should have took Spanish. I'm in California. It only makes sense to take Spanish. I just always have to be the person that goes the opposite way of everybody else. I don't know why.
Maison selections from France and Spain. So I don't know. There you go.
Interesting. I'm gonna look up that bottle and find out. I'm sure I know somebody who has it.
Oh, okay. You guys going back to the place? Yeah. All right. Thank you. Look at this. I got more. I got the wine key and the wine. It's like they want me to drink more.
What is that one?
This is still. Oh yeah.
Do I need to stay here and drive you?
No, I'll be fine. So this is the Tinto, the Vino Tinto I was telling you about, and
Oh yeah.
the Corso blend. It's a Castelleo, 50% of that, right?
Okay.
And is it Aragonés?
Arganez, okay. Tinto Ruiz or something?
And Touriga Nacional.
Touriga Nacional. That's the big one.
That's the big one, and that's
the
25% of that. So now, what I was specifically looking for was something that I could chill up a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and because it's like hot food, and I like it spicy, so I like to cool myself down a little bit without getting too crazy. And now this one is from Portugal,
Okay.
and
Touriga Nacional.
that's right. Kind of, it was a short cork, and I didn't do the 2/3 of the pull thing, so I totally screwed that up.
Bro, who cares? We're having a good time and we're drinking
I know,
wine.
right? Meanwhile, before I get into the route, I'm going to let that open up because I could not find the wine key, and
Gotcha.
so it was delivered with the wine. So I'm going to let that open for 6 seconds while I. Oh, that's a nice color on that.
I like this. That's my way of double fisting right there, brother.
Right? You like that?
I like
that
that.
one. I go this way, and I get this nice Sauvignon Blanc. Which should I go with first? I don't know. Okay, I'll go with Sauvignon Blanc. Now, what the fun about this is that this came very highly recommended,
Okay.
and it's again this one's under $12.
Okay. That's not bad at all.
But again,
Is that
looking
the
for
Sauv Blanc?
something. This is a Sauv Blanc, but yeah. So this is one we were talking about.
Yeah.
Where it's like, yeah, they got stuff down in San Cyr and things like that. And he actually said, it's like, oh my gosh, they make an amazing San Cyr. I'm like, well, where's that? He's like, they're sold out of it. I'm like, I think they're sold out of it everywhere.
Yeah.
So if for the San Cyr fans out there, it's the better ones have been really hard to find, and a lot of people have just been buying stuff up. So, and they were just producing less. So
Gotcha.
that's supply chain issues.
I mean, everybody's dealing with it out here, so it is what it is.
This one specifically, now this one I was looking for something. What's it going to go with? Your Cinco de Mayo, again, not be overwhelmed because it's hard to pair up. So while you hear Sauvignon Blanc, it's not your typical Sauvignon Blanc where it's going to be more citrusy and powerful, overwhelming in the front. There's muted flavors in here that I'm like going, really? You could do a bunch of different things with this. And this is like on the nose, you get slight citrus and that slight appley things going on. But you also get like, I definitely get a big hint of that underripe melon, almost kiwi, if you will.
Yeah.
And, it's almost like a slight brine, to it.
Oh yeah, I know that, Brian. I know exactly what you're talking about.
And again, not too sweet, which I like. So it's pulling my mouth together where it's like, okay, I'm ready for food. I'm ready to eat. And I want to be refreshed with anything slightly spicy or very strong flavors in the food. with the neat, and it's a dry. It's a dry.
Like that.
It's really nice, and talk about punching above its weight class. This one, I've had other French whites where it's got more minerality and things like that are 3 times the price.
Yeah,
and this is a really nice find. And
that's
again,
the great thing about France.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like, you don't have to get crazy on the price all the time.
Not at all.
Pay $50 for it.
That's true. You can find like a lot of diamonds out there, like especially if you know where to look. Like a lot of people don't look at Languedoc as a place for like. I mean, people who know about wine know about it, but a lot of people outside of the wine industry don't know about Languedoc. That's another place where you get like a dope pick pool or whatever from over there. Like you know what I mean? Like it's just there's all these little regions, and you're not spending more than one of our favorites, and you don't spend more than $15 for these amazing mineral laden wines out of France. Like you just got to know where to look. Yeah, Loire is another place. Like you were talking about, Loire is definitely a go-to. Right here. Yeah. Yep, good stuff.
And we did like it because it's thank you, Becky Wasserman, for bringing in this wine.
For real,
great stuff.
You knew what you were doing. That's amazing. Did that before we close this out? I am curious to know about that red wine really quick before we.
You don't want to know about this. Thank you everybody for watching. We'll see y'all later.
Hey, don't do that to me. I gotta know. I can't sip it myself. I gotta know.
I know, right? So it's you thought you were getting 4 bottles today, but you're getting a bonus round. So, I don't know if you can get the color on this, but it's just a lovely light color, and you can definitely get it holds a little bit more of a chill than some of the other ones. And it's as I think I love, and I know Jay does too, the transition of the wine going from a little bit more cellar temperature to more of a room temperature, and the subtleties in between. And this is another one that I did have before, and especially holding up to some of these stronger proteins, it's like, oh yeah, we can do it with the fun grapes that are in here.
Yeah. Right.
And just enjoy it all. It's on its own, but it's like it's made for I want to say just simple, complex food, if you can say that, right? Where you're getting a complexity of flavors, but you can pick it up with your hand and eat it, right? You're not. Yeah. It's like oh no,
it's not white table
today, not today, right? It's like it's fine. This is your perfect patio pounder food, and this is going to complement your food with it real well, especially when you're doing Cinco de Mayo happiness. And
I love Mexican food, bro. Like a lot of times when I get off of work, I'm coming home and I have nothing else. There's nothing else open. So a few of them on the way home, like around 12 o'clock, I can just drive through real quick, grab a couple tacos, and that's my meal of the night. I do that probably 3 times a week. So
now I probably wouldn't want as much spice with it because of the tannins and the there's a little bit of
tannin there.
But with the steak, if you did like a steak and onion, maybe with a little bit of queso in it, but even cilantro. So again, or a cheesesteak, if you're talking about late night food and the street food, you don't have to go with the crazy spice to have it be wonderful. Just add a little salt and pepper and you'll be in heaven with this wine.
Okay.
That's what, And again, this is under that $15. This one's out of Portugal. So it's going to, a hot weathered part of the world, many times out of the year, it's going to go with a lot of good big dishes, and this definitely does. So
it's another place you guys need to be looking into is Portugal. Look into some more Portuguese wines. They are killing the game as far as value goes, and you can get some high pointed wines out there for really, really cheap. So definitely look into Portugal. It's a good place to be drinking wine from, to be honest with you. So again, we have, from this episode, we can take 2. South Africa, Portugal. You want value, want top of the line quality stuff, and good food friendly wine. Look at both those spots. For real.
It's great fun stuff.
It is, man. It is. So with that being said, everybody, we are so happy that you guys were able to celebrate the Cinco de Mayo with us. Hope you guys are grabbing some of our choices for your Cinco de Mayo. And let us know what you guys are eating on this holiday and what you guys are going to be pairing it with. Because again, we are a community and we're trying to grow together. So none of us know. We're not acting like we're talking down to anybody. We want to share our knowledge, but we also want you to share your knowledge with us and just kind of build this community together. So definitely like and subscribe what we're doing over here. We're gonna keep on rocking out with you guys and drinking wine and having a good time. Me and Sean love to do this, and why not have a camera on here while we're doing it, right? So thank you guys for rocking with us.
Can't get enough of it. So it's great.
Yeah, man.
I always cut you off, especially when I'm enjoying myself with great wine. It's so easy
No,
to do.
do you think, bro? Do you think I was done anyway? You go ahead and take us out. I'm gonna start drinking.
I'll give you this. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Happy May. Happy just eating, loving, and drinking. And, wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, we may not see you in person, but we're always going to see you right here on social media. Thanks for watching. Total Winos.
Get to it.